G'day, my name's Neil Vanderploeg from Avanti Isowhey Sports. Our team has come to Europe for the first time this year, which is pretty exciting for all of the Australian and Kiwi riders. Some have been over here as individuals, but it's the first time that the team has actually come to Europe. We had our first tour just last week, the Tour de Savoie, in which Ben O'Connor did really well and finished up third in GC, moving up on the final day. So really exciting debut for the team. Tomorrow we have the first one-day race of the team's history, called the Halle-Ingooigem. So we're here at the moment in Belgium, which is the team headquarters for the next 2 months in Belgium. So the Halle-Ingooigem is actually very local to us. It finishes only about 30 kilometres away from our base here, so we've had time to check it out. Now the boys are just getting ready and just putting their feet up, relaxing. So let's go and have a quick talk to them and see how they're feeling before their first one-day race in Belgium. Right, so we're in the living room here. The riders sitting down, or some of them, doing some research on this race. We've got the 2015 footage up there on the screen. The national road race. Okay, no, it's the Belgium National Championships from last year, which I'm not sure why we're reconning that. Maybe, yeah, we're probably not going to get a start to that one, but it's probably good. There's a lot of our competitors in this race, so that's very thorough research, guys. Very good. Alright, so I've tracked down Matt Zenovich here, who's one of the new recruits to the Avanti Isowhey Sports team. He's actually spent the last 2 years living and racing right here in Belgium, or just 30 k's up the road. So he's done this race last year. So Matt, what can we expect in this Halle-Ingooigem? Are we even saying it right?
Yes, you can't say it any better than that, I guess, with your accent.
What sort of a standard is this race? Just give the people back in Australia and New Zealand who maybe don't know the race too well, what's the standard of this race like? Are we going to go in as favourites? Is that a stretch, or, yeah?
Well, it's a UCI 1.1, so that basically means there's World Tour riders, so riders that do Tour de France and the Giro, stuff like that.
And have you had a chance to have a look at the start list, Matt? Who's the sort of the more famous riders in there? Any sort of, headline acts, so to speak?
Well, there's Buhani, who won last year. Boonen's always there. And then,
Tom Boonen.
Yeah. And then there's
I've heard of him.
The Belgian champion usually turns up. And just riders of that sort of calibre.
Alright, so it's fair to say we are not going into this one as favourites.
Probably not. We'll do our best.
Very good. And what do you think would be a realistic result for the team? What do you think we should be aiming for here? Is a win out of the question? Should we aim for a podium, just making front group? What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, anything in the top 10 is going to be awesome. Like, this race is pretty brutal. As soon as you get to the finishing circuit, I just remember last year the hammer going down, and it sort of splitting up into lots of little pieces. So to finish in the front group would be really good, but if we're feeling good and we get the position, then top 10 to podium would be awesome.
So now we've found Andrew Christie Johnson, who's of course the director and owner of the team. Andrew, what do you expect tomorrow? I'm not sure why I'm asking you this. You haven't been here before, have you?
No, I've never been to Europe, and I've certainly never been to Belgium, and I've never done this race. But I've watched it on TV about 10 times, so that's about the limit to my experience. Strategy will be a little bit different, and I certainly won't be able to add a lot to what's coming up on the road. But we'll still set a solid plan, and I'm sure we'll get a good result tomorrow.
Any sort of inside word on the plan, or it is going out tonight, so you probably can't say too much, can you?
No, look, I don't think there's any secret in these type of races. You've got to stay near the front. There's a bit of wind forecasted, a bit of rain tomorrow, so at the front is where you constantly save energy. Obviously everyone wants to be there, but a big thing for us is to not only have a result, but come out safe.
And will you expect or hope to have one of our riders in the breakaway, Andrew?
Yeah, most definitely. We want someone in that break. There's a bit of TV time. We want to show Europe that we've arrived. So, yeah, like at the end of the day, there'll be quite a few riders assigned to the break to attempt to get into it, and then we've got a couple of sprinters, Neil.
Oh yes.
That
okay.
if it comes to a kick, that they assure me they've got it all covered.
So there you have it. If you're watching back at home and there's no one in the break, you know there's going to be trouble that night. And if there's a sprint and we don't win, more.
You're in trouble.
Fingers crossed. The break stays away. Thanks, Andrew.
No worries. Good luck tomorrow, Neil.